Hey everyone, it's Misty, and I want to welcome you back to another episode of our Creative Weekly Wisdom. Today I'm going to show you guys how to create these really cute little mason jars, and we're going to be using our envelope punch board. I did promise I was going to bring back some more stuff to show you guys with this awesome punch board here. So I decided to show you guys some mason jars. These are really the probably easiest thing that I've made so far on the punch board. Easier than envelopes and everything. There's no adhesive required to create this other than what you decide to decorate it. So I'm just showing you some basic options here. These would make really cute tags. This size in particular would be like the perfect size for a cute little gift tag. So just an idea for the holidays. This is fun. And I just used some baker's twine here just to wrap around, because this is where the lid is. If you can kind of see that in just the silhouette. I'm using just some plain craft cardstock. You can use any type of paper that you want for this. I think it would be nice to use craft cardstock. It's a little bit sturdier, and then you can just add your design paper on top of this. This is a nice size here that I'm going to show you for this one. This one you could actually put a little pocket on here, and you can slip in this size into that pocket. Or make a slightly smaller one if you want to. I'm just going to show you both these sizes. You can scale this down just a little bit and scale this one up more if you want a bigger mason jar with the same steps that I'm going to show you. And what I really like about this is that we are not going to worry about any of these numbers. We're not going to touch them. So I'm going to go ahead and start. We're going to start with our larger one here. And what I have, if you want to duplicate this particular size, is a 5 by 3. And I just used an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock and cut it down. So we are going to start here with 5 by 3. The only other tool that you would need is a corner rounder if you want to do the larger for the 1/2 inch. I think the 1/2 inch looks really nice. But I'm also going to show you what to do with the one that's included with your punch board, and this makes the 1/4 inch round for your edges. So what we're going to do, let me go ahead and show you, is remember this guide right here? This is the guide we use for scoring. What we're going to do on the larger one is we are going to put it all the way in, and then we are going to line it up with that guide. And this is what creates the lid to your jar. So if you wanted your jar lid to be a little taller, you would just move it out a little bit. So no measurements, it's just kind of what you want. I think going right up to the edge of that point right there makes a really good size for your little lid, because you don't want something that looks ginormous and doesn't go with the size of your jar. Because, you know, if you look in the lids, they're not very tall. So we're going to go ahead, line that up, and punch. And then we're going to flip, line that up again, and punch. And then you can see these are the beginnings. Now there's a couple options you can do once you get to this point. What I like to do is I just like to cut in all the way into that valley right here. So you're just going to cut in. Now I'm going to show you this, and so you might want to do this if you like this look, because I know there's different types of lids to jars and stuff. So if you want to just not go all the way in that valley and just go in a slight bit like that, I'll show you what that looks like. An option you can do for your lid, which I think is cute. I do like that as well. I think that it makes a really nice cute lid. And then let's go here. So I'm going to leave this like this one, and then on the smaller one I'm going to go ahead and cut it all the way into the valley. So for the corner rounder, you can just stick it right in the back and just make sure you're flush on both sides and punch. And then that just makes the 1/2 inch. So we're going to do the same thing to the other side. And then there you have it. Now this doesn't look like a mason jar per se to me, but it looks like a jar. If you want it more like a mason jar, I would cut all the way. So the smaller one is a slightly different where you put here, because if we do the same height for our lid, it's going to look too big for the size of our jar. So what I did is, instead of lining it up with the point, you're going to line it up. Okay, see, that's the point. You're going to move it to line up with the valley where it curves in on this little part right here. I hope that is easy enough. You're just going to kind of eyeball it, and then you're going to punch. And then you're going to flip, eyeball that again. Make sure you're trying to get it as same as the other side as you can, so you don't have anything that's crooked. And you're going to punch. And then you have this part here. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut, just using scissors. If you want to make sure that it's straighter and you don't have anything crooked, you can use your trimmer. That works too. I think this is just as easy. So you're just going to find where that valley goes. Try to make it as straight as possible. And then I like to flip it over. Makes it a little easier since I'm right-handed. And we're going to cut again. And then you have the taller. So you can see the difference in the two tops. So whatever you prefer is how you make it. So now I'm going to show you doing the 1/2 inch on my corner chomper. We're just going to do the edges. Now I think for a mason jar, I think the wider edge here looks a little bit better for a mason jar, because they do have that kind of really beveled, curved in edge at the bottom. So this to me just looks like just a general jar, or like maybe a pill bottle or something of that nature. But if you take this and you do like that, you can see it actually changes the look dramatically. Isn't that crazy? Just, you know, a little bit more. Okay, and then of course you can decorate it to really define where that lid is. And that's kind of that look right there. Okay guys, that's it, and I hope you enjoyed creating these little mason jars. I hope you give it a try. I really do like the way that these come out, and like I said, you can create them in any size you want, as long as you're sticking with the little point right here for your larger ones, and just go in just a little bit for your smaller ones. And of course, when you're all said and done, if you feel like this is too tall, you can just take a trimmer and cut that edge down some, and you'll be perfect. So thank you guys so much for tuning in for another episode of our Creative Weekly Wisdom. Please tune back next Saturday for a brand new one, and I hope you guys had a great time. Talk to you later. Bye.